What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the all-new 2023 Acura Integra A-Spec. This is a $38,000 car, and we have a lot of cool features to this brand new vehicle. So we can find the hood latch. What is going to power the all-new Integra? So underneath the hood, you're going to find a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged motor. Turbo's sitting right up front. This packs 200 horsepower with 192 pound-feet of torque. It is a front-wheel drive vehicle, and this one has a 6-speed manual transmission. Now 0 to 60 is about 7.7 seconds. The CVT automatic can do it in about 7 seconds. But from here, we have a really sharp design. I love these LED headlights. All the LEDs are down below that with the DRL up above. And I like how the top of the bumper kind of cascades over. You can see the gloss black grille with your Acura badge and a lot of mesh and openings to allow cooling. You can see parking sensors as well, some really sharp body lines. We get an air inlet right here, LED fog light, then a massive opening down below to allow air to the intercooler. Has a really pointy and sharp modern design, and I love these sharp lines all the way around this hood. I think it really comes together super nicely. Taking a look at these 18-inch wheels, they're a split 5-spoke finished in gray, and you have a nice sharp line around the front wheel arch. And then you can also see the A-Spec badge on the front fender and a really sharp line cutting through the entire side profile, and we get more sharp lines in the lower portion of these doors. You can see the body color mirror cap along with the turn signal, body color for the door handles, and then all black trim around the windows. Up on top, we get a nice sunroof with a shark fin antenna. And then I think the side profile is my favorite part of it. It has kind of a coupe appearance to it with that hatchback look, so it's pretty sporty. And then in back, we got some nice curves around these wheel arches, and I like how everything just kind of cascades into a very short deck lid back here. We get an integrated spoiler as well, super steeply raked rear end, and then I love the LED taillights. A cool feature you saw on the front, we also have it on the back. We get Integra stamped into the bodywork itself. Really good throwback to the older car. You can see the Acura badge along with another A-Spec logo, and then the LED taillights really finish it off. You got a really sharp line throughout the rear bumper, dual exhaust, and then gloss black for the diffuser. So I think the overall styling really comes together. They did a great job just making it look pretty fun. And then this is a hatchback, like I mentioned. Pressing this button, we can lift this entire gate open, and we have so much cargo area. This is genuinely a super practical, family, economical sedan. We get a little bit of extra storage on the left, your sub in the back, and then you get some hidden storage space down below. And I like how you get the privacy cover as well. And then on the backs of these seats, you can grab this handle, push these forwards, and it gets them out of the way to really amplify how much cargo space this car has. We also have handles up above. We can close it down. So really nice design. We have the smart key feature, of course, just touching that. So then going into the back seat, you can see how that seat is nicely folded down, giving you all the space into the back. And then this particular car has a super nice red interior with a really cool synthetic leather material. Got a good grab handle, your window, and then the release handle. And then back here, this can seat 3 people. So you do have a spot in the center you can pull down, get some armrests and cup holders, and there's 2 USB ports down below. Going ahead and hopping inside. At 5'11", I actually sit here pretty comfortably. I have the driver's seat at my height. I have good amount of knee room and leg room, and my head is about 1 inch away from the ceiling. You have pretty good visibility with all the glass. You have a dome light as well as the grab handles and little windows in back that kind of just make it feel pretty nice and open. From here, let's check out the driver's seat. Pretty easy car to get in and out of. So in the driver area, you get a little bit of silver trim on the door, all the same nice colors. Memory seating with 2 different modes, window controls, mirror controls, and a little bit of storage. And then we get the 12-way power adjusting driver seat, 4-way power adjusting on the passenger seat. You see those controls, and I really like the aluminum door sill as well. But up front, you're gonna get the smooth leather material with black, and then all this cool micro suede. So really sporty looking for sure on this particular spec. And then hopping inside, we got that nice 6-speed manual, and then a cool little display. So from here, clutch in, let's fire it up. So inside you're greeted by a really nice black leather steering wheel with red stitching, some silver trim, and then your A-Spec logo. Got a nice Acura badge right in the center. And then this has a full LCD digital display. You can see your speed and tach, engine temperature, as well as fuel. And then you can use these controls to adjust just a few things. You can scroll up and down on the left, basically see all of your different audio settings that are going to come up. And then you can also see some trip information on this right side. You can see Bluetooth and audio controls on the steering wheel, along with cruise control, distance pacing, and lane keeping. Then we have your stalk on the right for windshield wipers, headlights, and turn signal. You can see one of your air vents and traction control. This does feature a heads-up display system. Then some black material on the dash and more of this silver color. Has a cool texture to it, and I love the grills you're going to see on all these air vents. Real easy to change the air direction as well. And then looking at the infotainment screen, you have a physical home button as well as a back button. All sorts of different apps, your audio controls, things like that. You're able to adjust and view different settings within the car. A few shortcuts are down below. We have the audio control as well as your track selection. And then going into reverse, you get a pretty nice backup camera that pops up. Pretty good graphics as well. You can adjust all the different views. You can even tap this icon to adjust how you'd like it with parking sensors. So it's a pretty good layout overall. Underneath that, you can see all of your physical climate controls. You get heated seats for both front seats, dual zone temperature control, fan speed on and off, then all the different normal controls all throughout it. We get a wireless phone charging down below with all sorts of different plugs and auxiliaries. Then this manual shifter has a really nice shift knob, some leather and stitching, and a really cool silver surround. And then over on this left side, you can see your drive mode select. You can toggle this up and down and go into normal, sport, as well as the comfort mode. You also get a pretty cool depiction right in the center screen. We have an individual mode as well that you can customize. Going under here, you can pretty much see everything that is adjustable within the car. So a pretty cool option for a more sporty focused vehicle. With the electronic park and brake as well as a brake hold, quite a lot of storage space with 2 cup holders, more of the red material, and then a decent sized center storage. I have a glove box on the right side with a normal amount of space. Then I like the black vinyl material running for the passenger area. Definitely a cool looking interior. And then we get your sunroof up on top with a black headliner. There's a sunglass holder in here as well, your control for the sunroof, all the dome lights, and then your mirror. So with that said, let's take this A-Spec out for a spin. All right guys, so we are setting off in the new Acura Integra. So getting my bearings with it right now, as far as normal things like visibility, you have a really good windshield, really good visibility, you know, over your left and right shoulders. You really don't have many blind spots. It's a pretty easy car to just be in and see around. The manual transmission is pretty nice. It's definitely not like a full-on performance car. You can tell it's kind of more of a normal economy car with a little extra luxury touch. You know, the shifter, it's not crazy notchy. However, it's really easy to find your gear and just kind of play with the car. The clutch pedal, it has decent feedback. There's enough weight to it. I think this would be a really good first manual car. If you've never driven one before, this would be a really easy car just to learn how to drive manual and kind of get your bearings with something a little bit more fun than a typical sedan. Now, as far as acceleration goes, the CVT automatic can do it in about 7 seconds for 0 to 60. This is about 7.7. So let's do a run. And 60. So it's definitely not crazy fast of a car with, you know, 200 horsepower. It's not trying to be a super performance focused car. Obviously the Civic Type R and the future, I believe, Type S Integra, that's gonna be the 300 something horsepower performance focused version. So this is comparable with the Civic Si, just a good all around sporty economy car. And being the Acura Integra version of the Si, you know, we have a pretty premium interior to where it feels really nice. It's pretty comfortable. If I tone the car down into comfort mode, play with cruise control, it's honestly just a really nice and normal car to pilot. You do hear just a little bit of wind noise in it, but it's not too bad. The seats themselves, they're decently comfortable. I could say there could be a little bit more padding on them. They're a little on the stiff side, but it's just a familiar, normal car to drive. So I like that aspect, how Acura has given you something just easy to use. The tech is super simple, and it's just a nice place to be on a pretty decent budget. As far as the fun factor goes, if we take cruise control back off and go into the sport mode. The sport mode kind of adds that little extra touch to the car. It's a little bit more pinpointy with the steering being a little stiffer. Throttle response is a little bit better. And overall, it's a car you can play with. You can kind of throw it around turns and actually use it as a fun, sporty car. So we'll get back up to some speed again. Not a bad car just to kind of cruise around in, and I've been getting over 30 miles per gallon, even having some fun with it. But yeah, easy manual to learn on. The acceleration doesn't throw you back in your seat or anything like that, but it's peppy enough. Even though, you know, some other cars are definitely gonna be a little bit quicker than this, it gets up to speed good enough to where it can still be just fun around town. Easy to rev match a downshift. This would just be a really good first car if you're looking for a semi-luxury focused sedan that has that fun factor. As we take a few sharper turns, the car feels pretty confident. You know, the brakes actually do a really good job. Wow, that's actually impressive. The brakes do a great job. And you can have a fun just kind of ripping around. You know, handling's pretty good, steering is nice and direct. There's actually like no body roll. That is impressive. The handling is pretty pinpointy, and with that limited slip differential up front, you can actually power out a turn and know you're not just gonna do a one-wheel burnout. So I think overall it's a pretty fun to drive car. It looks great inside and out. Really can't complain.